Alright, so it's a rainy start here in Florida. It looks yucky out there, but it's cooled down a little bit and we always welcome the rain, so we can't complain. And the ceramic is still holding up great on the truck. You see that? So I hope you're finding something interested in our content. I know it sucks. A lot of people at home have been getting a lot of great feedback. Even the people that just stumbled on our channel saying, hey, I'm just searching around, I found you guys and I'm now watching all your videos. I hope we're providing entertainment for you guys that are stuck at home and you can only watch Netflix so long and then you want to watch some car related channel. So hopefully you're enjoying what you see. If you do, you know the deal. Hit the subscribe button, help us grow, let us know that you're enjoying our content, and we'll keep doing it. So we've got another elbow going out. So we have two different options for this. This is obviously the burnt finish with the blue in, and then we have a natural finish too, which just has the gold color around the welds. Again, it's pie cut, so it's got that nice titanium. Dead giveaway, but this is the one this customer opted. This is for an 06, so it has the bung for the air temp sensor, and we are including a new piece of water line right here so that you can bypass the whole tube that would run the valve cover vapors into the intake. We want to keep our intake track clean, so we're not going to be running that back in the intake. So this is just to bypass your water line, and then you can put a filter right on your valve cover. Alright, this one is done. A couple of things this car needed. Let me show you. Of course, the gaskets were kind of hard and plasticky, which is causing them to leak. The tube seals were kind of stiff. The gasket, I mean, look at this. When you see a gasket, no longer got that rubber feel to it. Also, the coil clips, they have to be removed to get the valve cover off. And you see, this is something we see a lot that just crumble. They get fragile and the clips break. This is a little tab right here that you push down to release it. Well, these were all broken anyway, and somebody glued them on there. You see, they just fall apart. It's crazy how dry rotted they get. See the glue in there. So we have these in stock. We replaced a whole set of those at the same time. Like I mentioned on a past video, I always like to give the customer his old parts back, and then he just confirms that you did replace what you was paid to do.
Don't even think about windows until you see what our factory can do for you. Going on now, save 35% off. Visit newsouthwindow.com. Yeah, I can't say the exact. Well, let's see what the cost process.
Look how nice that top looks. Brand new factory Honda soft top. And again, glass back windows converted to the glass window so that it looks so much more modern, and it's not gonna look hazy in a few years. You can clean that with Windex. Usually we put these out in the sun and it's nice and tight, as you hear. We'll put them out in the sun and it'll help stretch everything out. These wrinkles all go away once it sits in the sun, but today it is being rainy and stormy, so we're not going to put it outside. But everything looks nice. Perfect. We did the new elastic like we talked about right here. If I can get my fingers under there, it's nice and tight. Same with the new elastic here and the new strap. Everything is nice and sweet again. So that one's done. We'll call the customer, wait for him to drive down, and then it can go back home. So you might have seen this car on the channel before. I think we've done a couple of bits and pieces to it. I think we did some charge piping, and he's upgrading it further. Well, this is an exhaust he had on it, and it's an exhaust that's been modified and tweaked and changed and put back, and it's kind of like a work in progress, I would say. So it's had different configurations. Let me get out the shadow here. But the mount broke up here, the brace for the transmission, and it had a branch off. Well, that got changed. So this is kind of being an experiment. Well, now he knows how he wants the exhaust. He wants us to duplicate this, but obviously make it much cleaner. Now this thing is a pretty serious build. We'll show you under the hood later. But the downpipe has a flex here, which is pretty good. We're gonna come back off the exhaust and do titanium. It's our favorite material. Obviously much lighter, but it will take the weight off the car. We're going to branch it back here, and then same thing, kind of like a small resonator in this area right here, and obviously put proper hangers on it. It's been worked on a couple of different times, and some of these things bother him. Like, somebody welded this hanger right here, which just irks us, because there's two threaded pieces here that we could have built a bracket and come off here and put a hanger.
Not to mention that was after this subframe was all pulled off, cleaned, and powder coated black.
Yeah, look how nice this car is. He's been working on this, and he has a muffler guy. Think that that's a good idea. That's terrible. So part of it is we're going to remove that, sand this, make it look decent, mask it up, paint it, make it look nice. This is all shiny, and this is obviously flat. So we're going to try and recreate the way it was before the welding dude did that. And then there is a couple of other hangers. There is a factory hanger here, but like I said, there is threaded holes that you can build a bracket to and bolt to it and pull a hanger off. It's the proper way to do it. So I always like to do like a little before and after. So this is sitting at 16.7 pounds. See where the hanger tore out of the stainless right there. But that is it sitting right here. So we're going to basically recreate that. Hopefully we can get that weight down to about half. Of course, we're not going to be having this, so it's not an exact comparison. Someone's going to go, oh, this has an extra piece and that has that, and it has an extra weld and there's a fly sitting on it. It's not accurate. We're just getting a ballpark here. Just going to show a little bit of weight savings, that's it. Alright, so the first thing we did is take the downpipe off and make a heavy-duty brace right here and use one of our urethane bushings. That is a stainless plate, and it's boxed around there. That way it's mounted to the downpipe, and then the flex is on the back side of it, so that the manifold, downpipe, turbo, everything's all braced together. It takes a lot of the weight off there, and then it allows the second portion of the downpipe and exhaust to have that little bit of flex to take the vibration away. So glad to remove that. Took it off, sanded it down, painted it with some high temp gloss black, so now it looks pretty good, and we can toss that thing in the dump. Alright, so now we have our mount removed, the one that was welded to the frame. I just made this little bracket right here, and we're going to use a Honda hanger. It's the single into the duals, but what my idea is this is going to go right here, and shove that on there, and that way it'll stop. The muffler has something to hang on, can you see it right there? But it's not going to wobble side to side. What I'm going to do is bolt it to this section here. There's two threaded holes. There's usually a cross member here, but he removed it. But in the event he adds it, we can put that here, and the bar will bolt up against it right there. Alright, so he also wants this dump tube modifying. This thing has a terrible bend on the end. It's like the worst 90-degree ever, and it points at the motor, so it blows soot all over the motor. So I'm going to cut that back. We already marked it in blue right there, and then we're going to angle this away from the frame and brace it somehow as well.
Best guideline is to maintain a distance of 6 feet from others. Download the free booklet at Scientology.org.
Alright, so this is the before and after. Obviously the titanium one is on the left. It's pretty much the same shape, resonator's in the same spot. The turn down would extended it a little bit to get the sound away from the car, and of course the heat away from the axle. We don't want to point it straight down because the noise will echo off the road and actually seem louder, but if you point it away in the car, it gives it that idea that it's quieter. And of course this is a race car, but quieter is better if that can happen. So let's do a quick weight comparison. We already weighed the black one right there. I got the scale set up. Let's check this one. So we got it hanging off our cupboard right here, hung the scale on there. We are showing it's right at 7.10 pounds right there.
Start getting paychecks again. So I accept that. I did some research today and saw that
Alright, so we extended the dump tube down, welded it and back purged it. Now we made this hanger here, and it's going to attach to one of the S2000 style hangers that they use for the header, and it allows it to have a little bit of flex. Get into focus, there it is, and we put some little braces on there, so we shouldn't have a problem with this breaking. Alright, so you can see how we mounted the dump tube. It's got a S2000 hanger. This is what they use for the manifold, and you see the design that they've got in there, kind of like the S shape. It allows it to be fixed solid but has flex in that shape, so basically taking advantage of an already designed piece, and it's obviously bolted and can be removed and comes apart pretty easy.